I'm kind of a solo artist in many ways.
You're Beyonce.
Yeah, I mean, I am a Virgo, so maybe there's something to it.
Right.
Yeah. My name is Andreas Haglund. I'm born and raised in Stockholm, Sweden, but I've lived the last 10 years in Copenhagen, Denmark. I am an artist, yeah, you could say. I work with dance and choreography primarily, but here I've been playing around with a couple of things that I'm very new to, you could say. No, that's not enough. I keep thinking about this meme that I saw the other day, which was a little keychain where it said, "I love alienating my audience," which is maybe not what you're expecting right now, but I like to create kind of like fictive spaces where there's like like simultaneously a sense of alienation, but also of like recognition. Maybe actually recognition in a sort of alienation, you know? So you're experiencing something that feels a little bit odd or strange, but that strangeness feels like home, I suppose. To me, at least. And I like to reproduce that in my art. It's also great to watch art that makes you feel good immediately or keeps you entertained, you know? It's just maybe not what I make. I came here on a 1-month residency with Unlisted Projects. It's a kind of like exchange program between Copenhagen and Austin, a place in Copenhagen called Warehouse 9, which is like a queer residency center for performing arts and also a community center. And they had this open call, basically. I applied for it and I got it. So that's what brought me to Austin, Texas. And I think one of the things that I really was curious about and that kind of drove me to apply for a residency in Texas is also that it's like one of the places in the Western world where like queer expression has been legislated against in the last decade or so. And I was really curious how the queer and artistic community like responds or how it is to live under these kinds of laws. And I feel like what I've encountered is just like a lot of mutual aid, a lot of empathy in between people, and a lot of strategies for self-organization, even amidst a kind of sense of hopelessness and despair. I think with the general political situation, there's been a lot of like hands down practical ways to support each other and a kind of resilience that I'm like quite in awe about or find very inspiring, actually. Whilst being here, I've been working a little bit on a drag character, but mostly I've been learning how to use the music production software Ableton. I think in my choreographic work, music is extremely important. Music really sets the ambience, sets the mood for whatever it is that I'm gonna perform. And I've been collaborating with a lot of electronic music producers recently, and I've been just like obsessing over how they do it, but I don't understand. You know, I'm sitting over their shoulders, peering into their softwares and just trying to like get into their brains. So I wanted to be able to, you know, speak to them. But to start with two kind of practices that I'm very much a beginner at, it brings me back to this like sensation of being at school again, you know? So I really have to study and I've had to be quite disciplined about like how I engage with it. So it's very rewarding, but it's also like hard and focused study, you know? But it's I don't know, fun. It's very rewarding, you know? And I feel like I've been able to do some, specifically with the music, I've been able to produce some things that I had no idea I could, you know? So that's fun, I guess. I think the primary thing for me has really been this like, to have a month, which is quite a long time, of like this really like demand less or like a lot of open time and support to basically like follow the curiosities that you have, you know? And it's been like, I don't know, years since I felt like I've been able to have this time to really like get lost and get curious again, you know? So it's been very refreshing for my artistic practice to be here. Stay curious.